And welcome back to the Tee Off, an Australian podcast about the awesome sport of disc golf. My name is Paddy Robertson. This is episode 101. Timmy, we've had a little bit of a break. I'm wondering if people thought we were actually going to stick to the 100 episodes.
I thought we were, mate. I thought we were 100 and done for a minute there. But it is good to be back. We've both been under the weather a little bit, and your little fella's had a bit of surgery, mate. He's sans tonsils and sans adenoids.
Yeah, it's been tough.
Yeah,
I'm going to say. Like, I nurse for a living, and that's been one of the hardest weeks of my life.
I could have done with a nurse too, mate. I've been holed up in bed, just been hit with the winter blues.
Yeah.
And luckily, I don't sound like Barry White today. I can come back in and we could do another episode of the podcast.
Well, look, we'll try and bring a little sunshine into it because we're going to be talking about Queensland. It's the week of the Queensland Open. I'm, going to head up, which I'm pretty excited about. I haven't even looked at the weather, but I'm sure to be around the 20s. Surely it's got to be warmer than here because, what was it this morning? About 3 degrees. Yesterday was pretty bloody fresh too, Tim. So
I'm not playing, mate. So Queensland weather will be confirmed perfect.
Yeah,
mate. I went up to Sydney over the weekend and left beautiful Geelong weather. Like, it was cool, but the sun was out.
Yeah.
I get to Sydney and it's raining.
Oh, really?
I was like, man, I really am just cursed. Like, I caught up with Reece Wiz and some of the MA50 guys for a round at Sefton.
Oh, nice.
And
cool.
Yeah, good course, but the weather was not fun. Bit windy, bit wet.
Actually, before we keep going further, you mentioned Reece, so we may as well talk about it. I saw he's posting a little bit in our MPO group about the upcoming New South Wales Open.
Yeah, exactly right.
And
he sort of pulled my arm and got me to sign up, which is well done, Reece.
Yeah.
And I checked out the course at Sefton. I've never been there, but they've had, I think, 3 tournaments there in the last couple of years. Only been around for, I think, a year and a half or 2 years or something like that.
Yeah, okay.
And it's a good course, just on a little public golf course. So, sort of a bit smaller than Bendigo-sized fairways.
Okay.
They're going to make it tough with quite a bit of OB. And,
sure.
Good fun. Some elevation change. And if you've got a big arm, it's certainly a course for you. So, playing it, I was thinking someone like a Ryan Michelle or, anyone with sort of good distance would perform quite strongly out there.
Yeah, okay. And was it relatively straightforward to get to? Like, is it close in a Sydney sort of stuff?
It's like 20, 30 minutes from the airport.
Oh, geez.
So no worries whatsoever.
Okay. All right. Might have to keep an eye on that. And
I think a few peeps have been asking me about camping there. I don't know if there is going to be the possibility
camping
of that,
in a Sydney.
It's literally like a suburban Sydney. Like, it's not really like an Inverleigh type setup where you can just rock up.
Ruin people.
No, that's it.
You can camp it.
Yeah, that's it. But easy as to get to. Surely you could find some Airbnbs around there. No worries at all.
Yeah. I just I booked a nice little bit of a comm that I'm kind of excited for in Queensland. Mm-hmm. Just like nothing crazy. It just looks comfortable. But I had a look. It's right on the train line, and the train line goes straight to. Well, it's close to a train, but the train line goes straight to the course. Mm-hmm. I was like, half an hour train ride. What's that going to cost me a day? 50 cents a day, Tim.
Yeah, that's it. Yep.
How good's that?
It's so good. Yeah.
Oh, man.
The Queensland transport's awesome.
Yeah. So, no, I'm staying like inner city Brisbane.
I remembered back to your Hobart pod when you mentioned you're on the train line.
Yeah.
I'm like, have you booked a train carriage or something? What are you sleeping
I
in
did
this
look.
time?
They had another pod hotel, and I was like, oh, fuck no.
No, thank you. The Hobart one probably still smells like farts, mate.
Yeah, I've got a mattress. And it's and a private bathroom. So look out.
Winning.
All right. Well, we may as well get into a bit of a news tournament recap because there's been a bit that's happened, and let's check it out.
What's news around the world, around Australia? What's news? What's happened and who's spoken?
I think we're going to touch just on a few of the bigger events, and especially the Australian events, because there's a lot to get through. But Timmy, I just wanted to give Eagle McMahon the biggest of biggest shout outs for the Swedish Open. That was a couple of weekends ago now, but mate,
he got a 1-shot win over Calvin, 3 shots over Adam Hammers and Ezra Robinson. But anyone tip him? When's the last time he had a win?
Well, like, you know that he's got it in him, but we just haven't seen him up there for so long. It was just unreal to see Eagle performing again. And I was thinking about it, Tim. I was like, look, Eagle in his prime, like, is he better than Gannon in his prime? Like, I think Gannon's got a lot of skills and that sort of stuff. But I was wondering, I was like, I think Eagle's maybe got a bit more experience, maybe a bit more of like a shot repertoire. Do you know what I mean? Maybe like that's why he's doing a bit better in the woods and that sort of stuff. I mean, know. What are your thoughts?
Oh, look, Gannon's better in almost all facets than Eagle, in my opinion.
You reckon?
But if you do go back to when Eagle was dominating, he was the best putter.
Yeah,
by far the best putter. And it was maybe his youth and the fact that he just had so much confidence and self-belief. Now I feel like he's got that sort of middle-aged doubt that a lot of people get. And not that he's saying he's middle-aged, but he's a little bit older than sort of your Gannons and whatnot. But also his forehand was the best. It was number one seed forehand. And he, of course, had the shoulder and the elbow injuries. And he's got a forehand, but it's not at the level that it was. He really was just the best forehand thrower going around for a while there.
I mean, I watched, even just recently, I just flicked through a bit of the highlights and just watching Eagle, doing the big spike hyzers again and that sort of stuff. I'm like, okay, this is really cool to see. So hopefully see a bit more of him in these next few months on some of the bigger stages, Timmy, because it was bloody good to see. It
was good to see him get a win, and he got a little bit lucky down the stretch there, but a win is a win nonetheless.
Huge. Hopefully that boosts the confidence a bit.
Just on the Swedish Open, the FPO. That was red hot, mate. It was good to see it go down to the wire and go to I think it was a four-hole playoff.
Yeah.
And Silva Saarinen got the chocolates.
Yeah.
Did you it's just crazy this. Like, she actually hadn't hit a C2 putt for the entire tournament until hole 17, which was the janky little. They literally had a Melbourne disc golf hole. On a disc golf, on the Elite Series roster. A 70-metre hole with very little obstacles and just like the tightest of tight islands.
Yeah.
And I thought Silva was going to pay the no forehand tax because it's a forehand shot. And she went OB long right both times with a backhand. But she canned her first C2 putt for the tournament during the event to keep pushing Evelina. And then she did it again in the playoff.
Yeah.
It was just crazy.
So cool.
So kudos to her for winning, but kudos to Evelina as well because, mate, the putting, it is noticeably better. And at Swedish Open, she went at 81% C1X, which if you had offered her a C1X putting percentage above 60 at any point on the calendar last season, she'd have taken it without any question. So 81%. It's even beating Silver at 77.
That's old Oz Dogs benchmarking.
That's
Look
it. Austin would be proud. Still 0 from 13 C2, so that's still obviously a gap in Evelina's game. But look, small steps and taking C1 putting with her backhand throwing off the tee is going to be a dominant force. And
here's a little would you rather? 80% or 81% C1 and 0 C2s. Or what did you say she got? She got about 13. So maybe she cashes 2 out of 13 C2s, but you drop to that 60% C1.
No, you've got to take the higher percentage C1.
Yeah.
But does that change with, I don't want to jump the gun here, but with the proposed rule change to extend C1 to 20 metres, does that change how we record the stats?
I don't think so. I think it's still C1, C2.
Yeah.
Because it's where you land as well.
Yeah, I guess.
I think it's just your stance.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway, we're over the next event on the Pro Tour calendar was the Disc Golf Pro Tour Ale Open, presented by Discraft over in Sweden.
Yeah.
And this one was taken out by Ricky Wysocki, 2 shots ahead of Calvin Heimberg and Cole Redalen tie for second, with Silas Schultz in 4th place.
Yeah. Just quickly on Silas, so before this event, his highest ever performance was 10th, I think.
Yeah,
so
okay.
Bit of a breakout tournament for him. He was sitting in 3rd for a majority of that, but I think just dropped down to 4th.
Yeah, he had a 1083 opening round, so
yeah,
very good. He's one of those players that I don't know how old he is, but I feel like he's got elite level talent in the velocity that he puts behind his backhands is exceptional. So if he could just rein all that in and I don't know. I'm not saying he's got a poor mental game, but if you can get that maturity and get that sort of aggressive edge that like your Calvins and your Gannons and your Rickies and stuff have got, there's no reason why he couldn't be a well-known name up the top there.
Got the skills to get a win. It's hard to win against those dudes.
That's it. I just want to touch on Isaac Robertson, who was just one shot back, tie for fifth with AB. He's 4 shots back of Ricky Wysocki. And can we put those 4 shots down to the Prodigy baskets?
Yeah, you can.
I mean,
I've already written a letter to him.
No, they're spiteful with the Prodigy baskets. They don't like Gannon and they don't like Isaac. Like don't leave if you want to get your putts to catch is essentially what we're saying. But the one in particular where his disc rolled off the island, it sort of jumped a log to get OB.
Yeah, and
then he's canned this elevated putt from like 15 meters right into the heart, and it came back at him. And what's the quote? He forcefully piffed his mini into the log, which, I mean, if I was on the card, I'd have courtesy violationed him because why not rub a little bit of salt in the wound? He said trash baskets, man. Trash baskets.
No, fair enough. Heated them. I've not seen Isaac get that heated.
Yeah. That one was
fair.
It was a particularly nasty turn of events there.
Yeah.
And the spit out was kind of unique, because these Prodigy baskets have that horizontal chain, and I felt like that's what sort of kept his disc up high enough for it to then get pushed back out.
Yeah,
I don't know. It was a bit of a unique one, but look,
it was.
You'd like to see those putts
straight up
for
filth,
sure.
Straight up filth. But I mean, that's unfortunately that's what happens here and there.
That's how the cookie crumbles.
Yeah.
Now we move over to FPO. It was also very close. Evelina just snuck ahead with 15 shots over Julia Force and Holland Hanley. They were 15 down, tie for second, and Evelina was 30 under par, Paddy. That is mental. These round ratings from Evelina, 10.21, 10.33 and 10.26. Just an absolutely commanding win.
Scary, man.
In tie for fourth, we had Aliez Sarah Medling and Missy Gannon.
Yeah. I wanted to... So Julia Force, she's just... signed with Latitude this year, which has been really exciting. It was good to see her up there. Evelyn is putting again. Amazing. Great to watch.
She's literally Happy Gilmore.
Yeah.
She's like someone learned how to putt.
Well, she was cashing them. What you got her stats up?
I got her stats up here.
Yeah,
24 out of 29, 83% C1X, and she hit 2 C2s.
Yeah.
So that's an improvement there.
I got to admit, though, I saw those C2 runs were so wide and those highs are in.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, I always find those ones pretty lucky when they drop.
I find them lucky for everyone except Nicholas Antela because he's just good at them. He just knows exactly when they're going to lose speed and highs are in.
It was just scary. Scary good. She went, I know she was 8 strokes going into that, and post-round interview, she's like, I still have to play well because this could be a disaster. It could be embarrassing. I was like, far out, man. 8 strokes.
She's not wrong, to be honest. When we checked into her round and it was on hole 10, she just got her first par. She birdied the first 9 holes.
Yeah.
I think she was up by 18 shots.
Yeah.
But still, you were like, she could get there could be a 6-shot swing on any hole. You know what I mean? But anyway.
When do you get past that? Do you ever get past that? I don't know if you can.
Look, I mean, she keeps putting the way she's putting.
Yeah.
I'm not saying her technique's flawless right now, but it's the way that she's getting the disc out. It's at least got a chance to go in, and it looks repeatable each time, which is all you need to do.
She's just committing to it.
She's increasing her probabilities of it going in.
The other notable, I just want to Kristen
on the comms
was on the comms.
Yeah.
I love that.
With
that was
Esa Pekka Tukapuli, whatever his name is. Esa Pekka Tukapuli. Is that it?
Yeah.
They were good together. They got a little bit of charm, I reckon.
Yeah. I really enjoyed that.
I prefer to see her playing. I mean, let's be honest.
I hope maybe this is just a little dip the toe. Maybe so. I know she's not completely out of the sport, but I would love to see her back there. The other thing, so Ale, they mentioned that this is where Worlds is going to be held.
Is that right?
Yeah.
Okay.
So I mean, bodes well for Evelina and maybe Ricky as well. But yeah,
Absolutely.
the MPO was so tight.
Yeah.
Just loved that about the course. It seemed like it was a really good, well-designed course. They made a couple of changes, but just really enjoyed it. Nice, tight, wooded.
Yeah.
Just a good combination of all your skills. So
Swedish
Yeah.
Open too. That course had some sick holes, don't you
Yeah.
think? Really, really cool holes.
and,
Anyway.
and Gannon. That was the
Gannon.
only other thing.
Yep.
He was way down.
I mean, I tipped him in our picks. So
Yeah.
no, I put the Moz on him every time when I beat him. I think that he broke a streak of like 160, 10, 20 plus rounds or something like that in a row. And I was like, yeah, of course, the 1 week that I get in. It's like he makes like this unbelievable streak.
And my final shout out was Levi.
Levi Stout.
Yeah, he was tied for 48, I think, which I can't remember whether that got him to the cash or not.
He cashed
Would've
one and then he missed cash. I think he did a post too long, didn't read. He had 2 average rounds and he 3-putted on hole 18 to miss cash just narrowly in the last round. So
Yeah, okay.
but it's good to see he's a good first showing for his first forte overseas.
Yeah, 100%.
Now, we've got a whole batch of Aussie events to scoot through, so we'll just quickly do those. Starting with the Lake Dewar Winter Classic, Paddy.
We're going back that far.
No, we're going pretty far back.
Jeez.
We need to go far back because Pen Lu got a win in MPO.
yeah.
He beat Nath, Clayton, Kalen and Marcus, so some good scalps there. And
this-
it's his first win in MPO, so shout out to Pen.
Yeah. Congrats, Pen. Is this the D1 where there was like 40 spots and they sold out within 6 minutes?
That's it.
Because
They
Melbourne
didn't-
kept it all
I
quiet.
just didn't let the Geelong peeps know about it
Yeah, okay.
whatsoever. We would have won that one easy, Pat, surely.
I'm putting an asterisk on your win there, Pen.
I'm taking it away and I'm saying, Pen, you can officially remove the sandbag from your PDGA page, mate, because that's a good win. And anything to say about that one?
I don't know. Do it again with more spots.
That's it.
Because DY was fun. I think it was only a 1 day, but we stayed overnight last time, and that was even more fun.
Yeah.
It was a good little course to get to.
There's a really nice board flat FX2 in the lake there if anyone wants to go dipping their toe in. I spent about 45 minutes looking for that one and no dice.
Yeah.
I'll just scoot through. So we're just shouting out the sort of the top division for all these events because there are a whole raft of them to get through. We had Harry's Huckers, an event to go down in SA, and Fraser Tarnow Morty had a 2-shot win over Gareth Morgan and Tom Lee in 3rd place there. And another shout out to Fraser. That's his first MPO win. So
nice.
Awesome stuff. He's got a PDJ number 267,000. So he's certainly fresh to the sport and already clocking up an MPO win. Very nicely done.
Yeah, solid.
In a field of 9, no less. Then we had the Rob Hancock Memorial over in WA. That was taken out by Chris Finn, 2 shots ahead of Joey Derbyshire and Karel Uksarav.
Nice fit.
Patrick Wilson had a win in MP40 and MP50 Robert Cinquini. So good stuff there.
Lovely.
We had the Sefton Sesh. So this was a big one. 71 runners over in Sefton, New South Wales. Zach James had a good win. 7 shots ahead of Mario Tolberg and Jeff Halbrin in MPO there. 18 in MPO. So that's a nice little
18.
payday for Zachy.
Gee whiz.
I think
Very nice.
he's got a great game for that course, just the distance required and his particular style with the highs, the low highs of driving shots would be perfect for that course.
Yeah, right.
Kirsten Murray had a solid victory over Gina Hill in FPO, and MP40 was Tim Ierson. Then we had the Townsville Winter Classic. That was taken out by Chris Palazzi ahead of Chris Ramsey over in Townsville.
Is
Now,
that the short course?
that's the short course,
Yeah, cool.
Yeah, only had the 19 runners up there, but good to see people getting around Townsville. I'd like to get back to that course. That was
That's fun.
heaps of fun.
Yeah.
And now we also had the Master Series events. We had 4 of those go down in Victoria. So we haven't really touched on the Master Series, Paddy, but that's a really good initiative by Jeff Brunsing and the sort of the MA50 crowd, running these Masters events across the country and certainly in Victoria.
Can I just say thank you to everyone who didn't message me to say this year?
Oh, okay.
Hey, why haven't you signed up?
Why haven't you signed up?
Yeah, because I'm not old enough.
That's it. Mate, if I could pass for 40 or 50, I'd be straight into those divs.
When are you 40?
A couple of years.
Couple of years?
38,
Okay.
mate. A couple of
Alright.
years. I'll be there.
Are you
don't
going
worry.
to be smashing Masters, or are you going to just hang around MPO?
Mate, me staying around in disc golf is a week-to-week proposition at this stage. So let's just,
Yeah, all right,
let's
take
just
it.
not get way
Take
ahead
a
of
month
ourselves.
at a time. Yeah. Anyway, tell us about the Masters.
So the first one went down in, hang on, these are out of order. Let's go to the first one, which was Ruffy, I believe. And Ronalds had a one-shot win over Daz Stay Smith over on the Ruffy track.
Ooh.
Taron Anderson over Ash Weeder in MA40. Lenny had a win in FA40 over Kim Michelle. That's a great win for Lenny. MA50, Richard Lewis Shell over Dan Bradshaw. MA55, Kerry Edwards over Anthony Pearsall. MA60, Doug Adams. Good to see Doug back competing because I sort of missed him on the tournament scene. One shot ahead of Brett Bobridge. Just a tongue twister.
Bobby.
Yep, Bretty Bobby. MA65, Gerald Nalon. Then we move over to Inverleigh, and that was taken out by Matt Hunter, 2 shots ahead of Zolt Satlos. FA40, Linda Nailon. MA50, Richard Lewis Shell over Eamon Dawson. MA55, Kerry Edwards again over Anthony Pearsall. And MA60, Doug Adams over Brett Bobby.
Nice.
2 more. We've got, which one's next? The one over in Ballarat at Vic Park, presented by Guff. Matt Hunter, Johnny Cranston, Dave Gannon, looks like in a playoff over Paul Baker, Linda Nailon, Richard Lewis Shell, Kerry Edwards, Doug Adams over Jeff Brunsing. So certainly some familiar names getting some repeat wins in the Master Series. Last but not least was Werribee. Ruben Berg had a 2-shot win over Chris Ronalds. Rob Lambert had a win. Hussey had a win over in MA40 over Zolt Satlos. So good win
nice.
for Hussey in MA40. FA40, Linda Nailon. MA50, Richard Lewis Shell. MA55, Kerry Edwards. MA60, Doug Adams. That's a lot of events to push through in a few minutes there, Paddy, but that's what we get for having a few weeks off the pod.
Should we bring in MP35?
Oh, mate, would that be a dream? That would be a dream. I reckon no more MP, none of that. But just like dads only.
Dad's only.
So like,
I like that.
so
That'd be fun.
These people with no kids that are just playing 4 or 5 times a week and getting solid sleep, and they're not lugging around kids with and don't have sore backs and don't have to deal with car seats. You know, you get that handicap. You can stay with your own
Dad's
division.
only.
That's it.
I could totally get behind an MP35.
Yeah, me too, mate.
Anyway, very good. So that was all on the same day. They were
Yeah, that's it. So we have a few events coming up. We've obviously got the Queensland Open. We've got the Big Wet, Ian Smith Memorial down in Tassie. And then there's a few smaller events and a few Vic Masters events.
I tell you what, I'm genuinely filthy at the Ballarat crew, and I'm just going to, it's our pod, so I'm going to just, open the floodgates. What are you doing?
The calendar's packed,
What
mate.
are you doing?
The calendar's packed. They put their events in when they can, mate.
How dare you? How dare you put this? I want to win that horn. I choke at this event every year, and now I have to wait another 12 months before I can choke again.
The horn is the only trophy that's in my office. The horn. It's the best, the only and the best.
Yeah. It's a shame that it's on the same weekend as Queensland, but if I had the choice of Queensland Open and a big wet event.
Yeah, look,
Have you had a look at the weather? Is it
bit of rain.
Bit of rain,
30k winds. It'll be like last year. It was the coldest day for the year in Ballarat, and it felt it.
Yeah.
I remember I found a pair of gloves on the ground, like 3 holes in, and those gloves are essentially the only reason I won the event.
Weren't they like gardening gloves?
They
or
were
something?
gardening gloves. Yeah. Still, Reese Wiz would have been proud.
Oh, nice one. Anyway, well, Queensland Open. There's 35 in MPO, mate. Should we do a couple of picks?
Absolutely, we should.
Yeah.
And
do you want to do it after we talk to Big NT or?
Yeah, I reckon we chat to Nath first and then get the scoop.
How
the course goes. I know they've had a bit of rain up there, so I'm curious to see how Piney's faring because I know it's right there on the river.
Yeah. All right. Well, is there any other tour chats? Any news you want to talk about, Timmy? No.
Not particularly. That's ringing the bells right now.
Cool.
So let's get in touch with Nath.
All right. Let's do it.
We just called to have a chin wag. We just called to have a chat with friends. We just called to talk some disco and to catch up on the latest disco trends.
All right, and on the phone we've got the Queensland Open TD himself, Nath Thomas. Welcome back to the pod, mate. Is this the second or third time we've had you on?
I want to say second. I think I came on maybe 3 years ago when I did the 2023 Queensland Open. It's been a while.
Yeah, it's been a while, but what better reason to get you back than another Queensland Open? So it is the Queensland Open week of. How's the prep going? How's the stress? How's the sleep?
No, sleep is my priority this week. And I'm if for anyone who's TD'd, I'm in that what have I forgotten stage, where you're just doing all those lists and meetings and sending furious messages, and then someone like gives you a message at 10 p.m. at night, and you're like, oh, whoops, yeah. So yeah, I think I've got a good team that are backing me up. Assistant TD Joel is an absolute lifesaver. So if I've forgotten anything, I'm sure we can solve it in a very short amount of time.
Oh, good. How many late last minute trips to Officeworks have you done? I remember I used to do that a bit, just getting stupid shit printed.
Just the one trip to Officeworks, and one trip to Bunnings so far. So, ooh, I mean, okay, there's still time. I haven't done setup day, so I'm sure there'll be more, but one so far of each.
Nicely done, mate. Is this your biggest Queensland Open to date with 200 total players registered?
I mean, I think it's actually the biggest single-day Australian event ever, if my maths are correct.
You're probably not wrong.
Because the Aussie Champs is now split to 2 weekends, and I think previous record holder was either an Eruption or the Aussie Champs in Sunny Coast, which were both in the 190s. So even if we have one or two last-minute withdrawals, we should be still come out as the largest event in Australian history.
That's pretty amazing. And
that's unreal.
A couple of withdrawals mightn't be the worst thing, though, to be honest, because the 6:45 a.m. tea time, that is a glaring red flag for me.
No, give me that. Give me that
Paddy,
all day.
Are you kidding me? 6:45?
Yeah.
I had a regular weekly tea time of 6 a.m. every Wednesday with one of my mates, get a round in. And so, mate, my first ace was at about 6:45 a.m. So.
Wow.
I was going to say, it's Queensland, though. Like, the sun's been up for 3 hours. Like, it's prime
Not
time.
in winter. We're kind of chasing it in winter. Where, shortest day of the year was like a week ago. But I've been out and about and keeping an eye when I've been driving to work to make sure there's enough time for warm-ups and all that. If anything, it'll be the other end where I'll be kicking the MPO cart along to make sure they finish before it gets too dark.
That's it. I mean, you probably should have scheduled MA2 to play at 6:45 because then... they just wouldn't go to bed. Normally they're 3, 4 a.m. operators anyway, so it would have worked out.
I've heard a few MA50s mention that they didn't get a great deal of sleep, and despite the fact that they have quite much later tea times, we'll see.
Yeah. Well, do you know the most we've just mentioned it's possibly the biggest event, most likely the biggest event, but the most exciting thing for me about this is definitely the largest MPO.
Largest FPO.
Like you go through this every other event. Normally we get smashed by like your MA1s or whatever, but there's 34 people in MPO.
And for me, the actually biggest thing is it's the largest FPO field in Australian history.
And FPO, 100%. 9.
Including all Aussie Opens. We beat any Aussie Open. I think the largest Aussie Open had an FPO field of, I want to say 6 or 7. And this was including the one during the World Teams Championship when everybody, the heats FPO, they had 7 and we're at 9. So I'm very excited about it.
It's unreal, man.
And they're all within 101 rating points. So tightly contested.
Yeah.
Really great.
And that only happens. I'm shouting out that, yes, it's so exciting being the TD of that event, but good on all these people who are stepping up because who knows? Like you've got your Tom Attrill, your Hayden Fattinis, your Kate Ashtons, all those guys. They're they could just come out and smash it as well and have just a tournament of their life. But just the more people in there giving it a crack, it's so much fun. It's so good to see, and we get to play with more different people and see these lines and these personalities. It's just awesome. I'm so stoked.
I mean, you mentioned Hayden Fattini there. He's on feature card. He won the kind of the warm up event. Pine Rivers Open a couple of months ago. So, and he shot at least he was shooting I think high 990s for that competition. So, which earned him the spot on the feature card. So, on his day, I think he's won 2 events on that course. So let's see what he can do at the big dance.
Absolutely. He's good. I play with him in NZ, can throw. I think he didn't have quite a good Queensland Open last year, but he'll be looking to rectify that, no doubt. We'll grab some tips in a minute, Nath, but first of all, give us a scoop on the course. So any changes since last year? Any notable hole differences?
So I mean, I've really been enjoying having it on the same course for a couple of years now, and it's really allowed me to fine tune the layout. So we've got 3 different layouts for kind of allowing people to actually get birdies, but not too many. I'm not that kind, but you'll get some. Probably the biggest changes that I've made is holes 6 and 7. So previously they just got absolutely smoked. They were 2 quite short holes with not a lot of danger. I think hole 7 was like a 70% birdie rate for MPO or something ridiculous like that.
Mm-hmm.
So at Pinewood Open, I tested some different configurations on that. So setting up a temporary basket on a hole 7, now about 112 meter funneling shot, which will be quite enjoyable. It's you can attack it forehand or backhand, take your choice. And then hole 6, I previously ran at hazard last year, and this year I'm running some OB, and I've really tightened it up on that left so that first shot you got to make sure you're inbound, otherwise you might be looking at a big number. I think there was some big numbers on that one during the Pine Rivers Open event, so we'll see what happens again.
Yeah, cool.
Sounds good. And how's the course holding shape? Because I know there's been a bit of rain up north lately, and I know we're right on the river there. So any...
I mean, rain is very unseasonal for Queensland, so we typically get almost no rain in June, July. So we've had 3 weeks of rain, which is very unusual. But it hasn't rained for about a week. I've had some good friends from the Brisbane Disc Golf Club who've been who has quite a flood prone course, and they've been loaning us their pump to pump out any low lying areas. So they've been pumping out pretty regularly for the last week. Any of the kind of puddles that are big puddles. So be confident we'll be good. There might be 1 or 2 puddles in out of areas, but the greens and tees and everything should be all good.
That's right.
And
awesome
the
stuff.
council called me today and said they're mowing it today and tomorrow, so it'll
sweet.
be pristine.
Oh well, I don't mind a bit of wetness here and there.
You love a bit of slop, don't you,
A bit of
Paddy?
slop. His mutter was a mutter. All right, well, let's get some tips, mate. Let's get some tips. Who your podiums for MPO? Who you reckon's taking the chocolates?
I mean, it's hard to go past Blake. I think he actually just in his socials posted he's actually never won a Queensland Open, despite he had a few good shouts and he's won basically everything else.
Poor Blake.
But it's a tough life. But I think he seems to be on a heater, and I think I've always thought the course suited his game. So we'll see how he goes this year. But I reckon I'm going to put Blake first. I'm going to put Bainey second and DP third.
Oh, wow.
Not exactly.
Okay.
Not exactly the 3,000 rated guys are going to come for top 3. Wow, what a real shocking call. But yeah, they seem to be the pretty clear contenders at the moment. And I mean, this is as Bainey's home course. He plays it all the time. Hold the course record on the standard layout. So he's had lots of times. I've been out marking course and I just see him there all the time. So he's putting the work in. So
Has he won
if that
one?
comes through.
He's won a Queensland Open, has he?
Not in MPO. So his first ever event was 2020 Queensland Open, where we had 34 players out of 72 were in MA4. It was this unreal MA4 division. It was massive COVID boom, and he won. I think honestly even won in a playoff. It was his first ever comp. He won a Queensland champs. It was but I don't think he's won it at MPO just yet.
It's sometimes your home state's a harder one to win. At times.
I was going to say, it took Dave ages to win, didn't it?
It took me ages to get a Vic Open.
We've got Bainey on the home state, Blakey with the sponsor, and Perry will just go there and as the carrier.
Honestly,
could be a bit of pressure. I'm going to tip Austin. Let's go with Austin.
Aussie, yeah,
he did very well last Queensland Open.
Dude,
he's won it 2 years ago.
Yeah,
and he's been in it pretty consistently. He's always the couple of years before, he's always been really in it. And I think last year he was even in the lead until the last couple of holes.
Yeah.
Well, Jade's won it before as well, so you can never go
He's
past
won it
those
twice.
And
ACT boys.
Jay didn't play last year, so those 5 names could definitely come from those. What about FPO? So we've got Huss up the top there, Kirsten Murray second, Cassie third ranked. How are we feeling about that one?
I mean, I'm very familiar with Claire and Cassie. I'm actually not super familiar with Kirsten, so I can't really comment on her game. Cassie's played here heaps. She played. I think she was actually our only female pro competitor last year. So I'm not sure about, because I don't think Hussey's played here before. So my tip's probably going to be Cassie, just on that experience, title sponsor, all that jazz. Probably go Cassie. But, Huss does have a very good approach game. So which on this course, you need to learn to make your make up for your mistakes, and so we'll see how it goes. So they'll be playing the lights layouts, which I think will be really suited to their game.
Okay,
and I think they'll smash it really well. Yeah, it's shooting at a 930 rated par, so it's definitely not a gimme for them. But I think they'll really be able to tap the lights layout.
Huss's back end's Cassie's back end's looking good. Huss's always looking good. Cassie saw her get the ace on the weekend at the BV League Day. So first-hand experience.
Not too many ace opportunities on Pine Rivers, unfortunately. Took us 3 years for a league ace pot to go. So finally went the other week.
Yeah, right. What was that sitting at?
We capped it at 500, and it was 500 for about 6 months.
Yeah, right. Solid.
And then now it's already at 400 again.
Take that cap off, man.
I won't ask for a tip in MA1, Nath, but Joey Paul, he's at the top of the ratings board at 956.
My tip's Jesse.
Jesse Champness. He put in that 10:30 round.
Correct.
Okay.
If Jesse on his day, and Jesse lives 5 minutes up the road. He's even on the organising committee, so he's been putting the work in. And I'm keen. Probably his last big comp with a baby coming soon, so he might be a little bit busy for the next 12 months. But I reckon he's gonna pit. But I think it was the Jesse and Joe show, which is a fairly standard experience if you play MA1 in Queensland. Those two guys are always there at the top.
Awesome stuff. We'll have to put that in our tips, Paddy, because that'll be a good one to flip a coin on.
Yeah, 100%.
Thanks for coming on the pod, Nate. Is there anything else you want to say about Queensland Open people can get excited about before we let you go?
Things they need to look out for, or
I mean, pretty keen for it to kick off. I'm looking forward to have everyone here. I mostly just want to shout out our big sponsors. But I was calculating the prize pools last night, and I think AM prizes are more than double last year. I think Pro pool is up about 40 or 50% from last year. And that's Disconnection is the title sponsor, putting a lot of work in there. Reese is amazing, but also we've got a 40 Winks locally that's really kicking in a lot, and also Disc Golf Warehouse have really come in. So we've got a lot of sponsors which, on top of the fantastic event that we've got and the course, I think the prizes and players pack are going to be pretty sweet as well. So I'm
awesome
pretty keen
stuff.
to see everybody and get it going.
No doubt Reese from Disconnection will be there risking his scalp on hole 1, taking photos and videos as well. That's always nice to see.
Mate, I just don't know how he does it. How does he not flinch? Particularly people throwing forehands. Reese will be there, camera in hand, taking a lot of snaps. Maybe setting me up for some more trading cards for next year. I need more photos. We'll see how we go.
Hey, look out.
Sounds awesome, Nath. Nice. Sorry I can't be there myself, but wish you all the very best for a smooth event. Hopefully the MPO boys are lifting their knees and hurrying on before the sun comes down. And if they're not,
I'll be cracking the whip, don't worry.
Feel free to crack that whip, I was about to say. But wish you all the very best.
I'll be there. No worries. Thanks, boys.
All righty. Yeah, good to hear from Nath again, and lovely that he's stepped up to TD again.
Getting a little bit of FOMO, mate, not going to lie. Do like that Pine Rivers course, but...
yeah, fair enough, man. And 34...
It's big.
That's a stacked field.
That's it. Big div.
All right. Well, let's hear some tips.
All right, mate.
Do you want to do some tips or some head to heads?
I think some head to heads. Do our dollar bets. So
tell me who you think is going to be the winner, though.
Oh, I mean, Blake, DP, Bainey, Jade, Austin. I think it comes from one of those 5. I don't know if I could actually pick a single name, to be honest.
I'll tell you what.
Heart says Blake. The brain maybe says Perry. I mean, he's the carry-over champ and just he wins everything. So, and then my Smoky is just Austin. I heard rumours that Austin is missing New South Wales Open for an indoor cricket tournament though. So I don't know if I could tip him on the basis of that news. But then also that makes me want to tip him even more. So I don't know. You know what I mean? If Austin's not really caring, he might shoot like 12 down every day. So
yeah, right. If DP plays like he did at Vic Open, it's him all day.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm going to go with Blake.
Yeah. Cool. All right.
How about we do that first one? Blake v DP.
Sure.
Right.
Yeah, that's a good one.
I'll take Blake. You take DP.
All right. I just I would genuinely love to see Bainey get up for, to win one in your home state, especially with a stacked field like that, is just next level.
Yeah.
And that, he'll remember that one for the rest of his career, but it genuinely is such a hard one to win when it means that much to you. So we'll see. But I like that one of DP and Blake. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Let's jump over to FPO. And do you want Hussey versus Kirsten or Huss versus Cassie or Kirsten versus Cassie? Pick a head-to-head from that trio.
That's a tough one.
Maybe we should go Huss versus Kirsten. They're like 900 versus 895. They're the most equally matched in rating.
Yeah, go on. All right.
All right. You got DP. I'll take Huss for this one. You can have Kirsten. How about
sure.
that?
No worries. I'll happily.
Happily?
Happily take Kirsten.
All right. Sounds good.
All right. Do you know, I'm just going to, my Smoky for FBO, Leah Manning.
I mean, she's playing good form. She's playing good disc golf.
Yeah, that's my Smoky for them. All right, I'm going to fire another one at you. We've got Jeremy Carruthers and Liam Brondex, both sitting at 960.
That's a good tip. Can I first pick there?
Sure.
I'll take Jez. He's the lefty. I know that that Queensland Open track it's got some good lefty holes, and he's very smooth operator. I think I played with him last Queensland Open, and the amount of C2 hyzer putts that he got, frustrating, but very impressive. So
right.
we'll go with Jez.
I'll take the big Liam, Liam Double B. Let's do it.
Double B, the BB gun.
The BB gun.
There we go.
He's coming in.
The BB gun. That's got to be Liam's nickname from now on.
And look, if we want to stick to this the same rating, we've got a couple other double ups. We've got Cade Ashton and Zach James, which I do not mind at all.
That's tight. They both have similar games, if I'm being honest.
Right, my pick. Do you want to do that one?
Who did I pick the last one? You can pick this one.
Yeah. I might take Zachy.
You'll take Zach James?
Yeah.
I'll take Cade.
Yeah.
It's been throwing me some shade in the EPO chat, so I don't know if I want to back the man, but I'll take him. No, I love it, Cade, if you're listening. Love that. And I think, actually, out of those two... No, I probably would have picked Zachy, to be honest. Highs of flight teammate would have chosen Zachy.
I know, that's why I chose him.
Good boy. Now, we jump over to MA1. We need to do the Joey Paul and Jesse Champness. I mean, I wanted to tip Joey Paul right out of the gates, but now we've heard from Nath. Oof. The Jesse Champness shout is it's hard to ignore that, to be honest.
All right, you can pick.
But he did mention the pressure of an incoming child. That's, you're always thinking, I'll get this one while I'm untethered. But I'm going to go with Joey.
All right. I'll take Jess then. And then I really like the look of this MP40 group. Okay. There's some big names in there. Mm-hmm. Chad Nelson, Ryan Johnson, Paul Phillips, Chris Finn.
Who's Chad Nelson? Do I know Chad?
Chad.
It's the highest rated, 969.
Yeah.
And RJ, we know RJ.
Even Chris Palazzi's in there too.
Finney.
Noisy. Like there's some dudes who can play. Darnley's even snuck in there.
Throw two names at me, Paddy.
Well, do you want to do the top two and Ryan Johnson and Chad?
Sure.
RJ and Chad.
Yep.
All right.
Your pick, I think. I chose Joey Paul.
Oh, all right. I'll take
Ryan Johnson. Yeah, I probably would have picked him just because I know more of his game than the Chad. But look, giving me the highest rated player, nothing wrong with that.
All right. And do we want to have is that 5 or 6?
I think that's why. Let's go a tiebreaker in, or let's just go at, no, it won't be a tiebreaker, the opposite of that, but let's go another one in MA1. Who have we got in MA1 that's tightly matched?
There's Toby Canaston and Rob Mabee, both on 926.
No, I want to go.
Was
What about Camille versus Ben Wynn? I feel like that's not too bad.
Where's that? Oh, Camille?
Yeah. Camille at 910, Ben Wynn at 904.
Oh, yeah, that's pretty solid.
Oh, no, we've got BJ Clevenger and Tim Wright both on 912.
912.
Yeah, let's go with that.
All right.
I get to pick?
Yeah, okay.
I'm going with, actually, there's a lot of OB. I know BJ loves a bit of OB. I'm going with BJ. Why not?
BJ? Okay, I'll take Timmy.
You can have the namesake.
All right. Cool.
Sounds good, mate.
All right.
Good stuff.
May the best people win. No pressure on anyone. Cool. So next up, Timmy, just wanted to, there's a bit of a product drop recently. Latitude brought out all the rest of their team series, and there's some pretty cool ones. They've gone with a weird animal music kind of theme. I don't know if it's...
Animal music.
Yeah, it's kind of like a hippo playing a saxophone type stamps. But
I need to see this.
Even though they're a bit odd in that respect, they're the triple hot stamp thing, so they look kind of cool. But
this is what Latitude 64 team series.
Yeah. So Lowry, Anakin, they've all come out. Jakub, I think he's got one in there too. Mm-hmm. But the thing I liked most about it though, there's I think Anakin's got a fire that's come out, one of the newer mid ranges. So I reckon I might pick one of them up. But they came out. Anything Prodigy wise that's come out?
They've brought out the Fractal M4. That's great. I know the M4 is a pretty popular disc.
Yeah.
And the Fractal plastic looks very, very cool.
Fractal,
kind of like a bursty sort of confetti sort of look.
Yeah, right.
But just good squeals and good looking discs, and they're maybe a little bit more stable than the standard.
Okay.
So
cool.
Yeah.
Nice.
Good stuff.
All right. Check him out. Now, the other thing as well, Tim, there was a couple of new rule proposals that came out that I saw bouncing around a few of the chats.
Yeah, we need to have a good chat about this one because there's been quite a significant change proposed. And again, this is just proposed. These aren't locked in. And I don't know who comes up with these rules, but like the way that they read, it kind of feels like there's like two people coming up with these. And then they put it out to like
two people.
They put it out to public opinion, aka Reddit and Facebook.
Yeah.
And then it either gets torn to shreds and forgotten about, like the timeout rule and all that sort of stuff, or it gets put into legislation. So the main one we need to chat about is the proposal to extend the 10-meter circle out to 20 meters to stop people from doing jump putts. So
you've got to have a solidified, solid stance
you
within 20.
You can't go ahead of your lie on the follow through within 20 meters.
Yeah.
So this will effectively rule out any form of jump putt, step putt, falling putt just outside the circle, which I think the main reason that they're doing this is because of how difficult it is to call foot violations on people that do that step putt that has both feet off the ground because it's too difficult to sort of watch when they release the disc and when the feet leave the ground at the same time.
Yeah.
But this rule is, if we're doing trash or cash, this is just absolutely, undoubtedly trash in my mind, Paddy.
Yeah.
What are your thoughts?
Yeah, I think I agree with you.
Yeah.
I think, like, you've got to have I don't mind having the option. Like, I'm not jump putting that much, to be honest. But, like, if I'm outside of 10 and I've got the option and it's there, like, I would maybe do it like 10% of the time. Mm-hmm. But if it's there, then there's a reason why I'm doing it. Like, it might be like I'm trying to just go direct at it, like under a low ceiling, or I don't know. It's like, and I'm not saying I'm a good jump putter at all, but yeah, I just think what's the point? What's the difference? Mm-hmm. Like, I do think when you've got that guy who's like literally the disc is on the 10 and they do that big jump putt straight from 10 in.
Yeah.
That okay. If the rules brought in to stop that, sure, why not? Because I think that is trash. But regardless of my putting ability and style and whatever, I think the biggest thing where this rule comes, which is going to be majorly trash, is for our female players. Because I know I've played with Cassie for years. I've watched Cassie putt, and she does do a lot of jump putts, especially within that 20 metres. And I see that a bit on the tour too.
Well,
so,
to be honest, a lot of the female players, they struggle to get enough spin to get the disc there on the full from your deeper C2 range, and that's why you see their percentages are so low. They're going to completely have to change how they putt. Like you're talking loftier, bit like wider. It's just more risk. Yeah.
It's like they can do it, but I don't know. Like why, Ricky, you don't see Ricky you see him at 35 still putting normally. Like he's not doing these big jump putts. I just don't really see it as a big issue.
I feel like there's like an anatomical advantage from like having long fingers for that sort of, to be able to generate enough spin to do a standstill putt from 20 metres. Like the long fingers of a 6'4" male versus, a 5'6" female player. Yeah. That's a distinct advantage and a difference between those two. But that aside, I feel like this is really trash because it's trying to fix a rule that's like not really a big issue.
Yeah.
Like, does anyone care that someone's like mildly foot faulting on these step putts? Are they gaining like, what percentage of advantage are they gaining on their percentage of makes from that C2 range?
Yeah. And honestly,
they may be going up 2-3% from being able to like mildly foot fault. Yeah. Like it's just such a non-issue, and they're making this rule come into play, which is going to make it significantly more difficult for a lot of the players. Essentially the people that aren't heavily spin putting putts from that range. It's going to be a lot less fun and a lot more difficult, and it's also going to be a nightmare to adjudicate because whenever you ask somebody like, "Am I inside outside 10?" Now you have to go, "Am I inside outside 20?"
Yeah.
And people's like error
That's
variance.
a big area.
Like when you're trying to like ask someone if you're inside outside 10, like if you're at 8 to 12 meters, like people can answer both ways.
Yeah.
And now extending that to 20, like you're going to be within 16 to 24 meters. Like that's almost a full C1 distance of error variance. And I know for a fact, whenever I asked Dylan, like if he was in C2, like Dylan's C2 putts from 45 meters.
Yeah.
So like, his idea of C2 is significantly larger than what my idea is. So it's just a difficult thing to enforce. And I know, what percentage of tournaments in Australia have the C1 circles marked, let alone C2.
Yeah, exactly.
It's difficult.
Yeah. Like you're going to have to either carry a little laser pointer or something or mark it all out, which is going to be a pain in the ass. So
the thing that the biggest comparison I can make with this rule change is like, well, the step putt, issue / non-issue that people are thinking about is in the NBA and travels.
Yeah.
And like to the letter of the law, I would say NBA players travel when they receive the ball or when they lay up, like a lot of the time.
Yeah.
Because it's so difficult to tell when their first and second steps start and end and that sort of thing. And the NBA has essentially gone the other way, where instead of being super, meticulous and saying this is their travel and you have to do it this way, they've just allowed leniency and allowed NBA players to have that gather step. And I feel like that's kind of what we need to do here is we need to be like, who cares if you're like mildly foot faulting? As long as it's not egregious and super obvious to the naked eye, play on. Who cares?
And
you know what I mean?
If it is, then call it.
Yeah, exactly. People can call it.
Yeah.
The alternative proposal, I'm actually a much bigger fan of. So the alternative is to, instead of doing what we just said, stopping people from being able to progress in front of their lie on the follow through, you just have to make sure that you keep one foot grounded behind your mini. So you can't do that sort of step putt where you have both feet off the ground. You have to keep one foot anchored to the ground even after you've putted.
Yeah, okay. I don't mind that.
And that's heaps better.
Wait, is that like, so even after you've released?
Even after you've released. So one foot has to stay on the ground. You can still follow
like that Ricky Wysocki kind of hop.
Well,
sort of.
Just with your step putt, you can't just your back foot can't come off the ground after you've released. which is actually what it's meant to be like anyway.
Yeah, okay. That's very steppy, not jumpy though.
That's fine.
Like, yeah.
And in terms of adjudicating, like it's much easier to enforce that because it's
True.
so obvious whether someone's foot fault or not because their foot's still on the ground.
Yeah.
And it still allows you to step putt, still allows you to jump putt. The only sort of issue with that rule is now we have, now we've got like a new rule to sort of keep in play, I guess.
I'm just like, it reminds me of like that rule is like netballers, like when they catch and they put their one foot and they're like doing these awkward, like, I'm going to get round, but my foot is staying right there.
I like that. The only issue is like, you don't have to do that when you're throwing the disc from, somewhere on the fairway.
Yeah.
Like you can sort of hit your foot behind the marker and then that foot can come up after you've released the disc. Now we've made a new rule for that 20 to 10 metre mark.
Yeah.
But, that seems much more straightforward to adjudicate, enforce, and if you really think that people doing illegal step putts is that much of an issue and you have to change, which I don't think it is, but if you do, then that is a way to combat that. Because this new way of the first proposal, it doesn't actually fix the step putt issue because people are still going to be doing that from 20 metres and further.
20 plus, yeah.
So they're still going to be
21,
doing the foot faulting.
Yeah, that's
so
a good
they're
point.
trying to fix an issue that, and their solution actually isn't fixing the issue. It's just making it less of an issue closer to the basket.
Yeah.
Which is a strange one. So, I'd like to hear people's thoughts on this one. I'm obviously, I love two-step putt. I love C2 putting. It's fun.
Yeah.
And if I have to now try and generate more spin and just do a putt from that 10 to 20 range, I'm going to have less fun, basically.
Yeah.
So I obviously don't like the rule, but I'd love to hear people's thoughts.
Want to see more putts go in. So, like, give it a chance outside the 10. That's fine. That's fair. Keeney, you got any thoughts? Send it in. The other one, I think Melbourne are going to get a bit dirty on this one. They're potentially changing the island green space. Did you see that there must be 10 metres of landing space?
Yeah, I read this. So it's 10 metres measured from the target, at least 10 metres in one direction.
Yeah.
Because I was like, that's that hole at Swedish Open, hole 17, just basically broke that rule. But it didn't because 10 metres back to the right was the landing zone. Yeah. But it does mean that Melbourne can't do like an island where it's like 5 metres left and right off the target, which is what they do a lot of the time.
Yeah.
So not a bad rule. Not a bad rule.
No, I love it. I think it's a good rule. Yeah. To be honest, yeah. I don't think it's still like you can probably run OB still close, but it's just like if there's an island, then you've got to allow space, which
you just have to allow enough space for because you just get such variance in how the disc lands.
Yeah.
So you need to allow some runoff either past the target or before the target for people to sort of land their disc short and roll into the target area. Doesn't stop them putting it on a whopping great slope for it to roll 50 metres anyway.
Exactly.
So
that's fine. And the only other one I saw is that, there was two. There was one rule that came in where I was like, why is that even a thing? Mm-hmm. So it was like, if a basket was really close to a tree.
Oh, yeah.
And if your disc it was on the outside of the catcher, but it was resting on the catcher and the tree, then that was counted as in.
Okay.
Like, are people just... Like, that's not in the basket, but the catcher's supporting it and blah, 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 blah. Like,
I must admit, I don't know the rules on this because I know it's changed a bit over the years. Like, what counts as in these days? Like, when your disc it has to have broken the plane of the chains, right? And then come to rest on the target.
Well, but no, they've changed it. Like, if you go up into the bar, like if you had an ace and it hit and it went through... like it got stuck in the catcher.
Wedged in the tray.
If like more than half your disc is in there, then it's counted.
Does it have to be more than half? Okay.
Yeah.
I honestly don't know the rule there. So I just remember that shot that Macbeth did years ago where it was that par 4 over the baseball diamond and he just carried it and his disc just tacoed into the tray.
Yeah.
Like at one point in the last few years, that would have actually been counted as an ace, right?
Yeah.
And now we've changed it back where it has to have broken the plane.
I don't know.
Someone please tell me the actual rule because I haven't kept up with all the changes and whatnot.
See, to me, that's like, all right, it's not gone in.
It's not an ace.
It feels wrong.
Yeah.
Like I've had it that taco.
Yeah.
Like that's not in the basket.
It's not in the basket.
No.
It didn't go in.
It's fine. It's amazing and it's photo worthy.
Yeah.
But it's not in the basket. Anyway, so they changed that one where you can't have it resting outside the blah, 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 blah. But the other one I saw was tournaments with more than one round must post payouts prior to tournament starting, which I thought was interesting.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So, yeah, it was like before the last round or something like that.
Yeah,
right?
something like that.
Yeah,
But,
okay.
yeah.
There are a few nitty-gritty rules in this one around like junior competitors and companions and things like that. So, guardians.
Yeah.
most
And
of
timing,
them
the timing in the fairway, they were like the 45 seconds and stuff. But I think that's fine.
A lot of them make sense.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
I think the biggest change is the C1, C2 stance thing.
Yeah.
So
Should be
have a
interesting.
read about that and let us know your thoughts because really keen to hear what everyone thinks.
And look, if there's any female listeners and players and stuff, like let us know about that as well, like whether it would really affect your game, because I'm curious to hear from that point of view too. Now, Timmy, just before we go, I had this saw this thing on Instagram. And it made me think about disc golf.
Was it
And
Neil the Seal?
I kind of.
Okay.
Oh,
that's
Neil.
That's all I'm watching on Instagram right now is my friend Neil.
Hey, next two heads, I want to go see Neil.
That's it.
So have you heard of this Strava app?
Yeah, Strava. So Strava's for like bike riding and running and stuff.
running.
It tracks your distances.
Yeah, and like people like they set their own routes and stuff, and then people run that one, and then they try and beat it and stuff, and blah blah blah. Anyway, I do a little thing with UDisc, and this Strava thing kind of I saw there was people getting around whether they were in the same like bike club or it was like there was this lady who was a really good cyclist, and she has this thing where she finds a local route, and then she just destroys the PB of the people who've done the best one. And I think I kind of do this a little bit with UDisc, where if I'm going to a new course, I will look up what the PB is.
Try and beat the record.
record.
Don't mind that. Don't mind that at all.
And yeah, I'm just wondering if maybe we should be doing this more, and whether listeners actually do this. I know we have dabbled a little bit in the old doubles.
Mate, I reckon we should. I've been watching a whole stack of Bryson DeChambeau's like break 50 challenges, and he just goes to public courses and tries to break the course record. Where I would rank us pretty highly in the doubles ratings, Paddy.
Yeah.
We should go knock off some course records as doubles, I reckon.
So I'm not sure if you can actually do doubles, but like surely Australia would be totally fine with us creating a UDisc account called the Tee Off, and we can just go and
that's it.
Destroy local PBs?
Yeah, I reckon. I mean, they're just going to have to cop it. UDisc has no rules. It's kind of like a free-for-all on there, so...
Yeah, actually, Timmy, do you know if you hold any PBs on UDisc?
Oh, I don't know if I hold any on UDisc, but... Yeah. What about Shark Park? Has anyone gone there and
Shark Park?
Yeah.
I'll look it up. I'll look up Shark Park. I do hold a few around.
I think I had the Bald Hill... Maybe like the tournament, but the layouts all changed, so I don't know.
Yeah,
but at one stage, I think I had the tournament course record, and I think maybe I had it at Vic Park again at a league day or something at one stage. I think I remember putting like a 13 or 14 down on the yellows.
All right, so Shark Park.
Yep.
Budgie, myself, Goober AU. I'm not sure who that is, and Tim Ho. That's not you.
That's not me.
We're all sitting on 24,
okay,
which is tied for second.
Oh, okay.
DP Frisbee is
Perry. Oh, I
at 23.
When's he got out to Shark Park? Surely not,
mate. I think we're gonna have to go back.
Let's go back.
Absolutely destroy that.
But I mean, we've got the doubles record at. We've definitely got it on the Inverleigh Whites because we did that at the Vic Open a few years back.
Yeah, we destroyed that.
And we've got the 21 down at BV on the yellows.
Yeah.
Yep. All birdies and 3 eagles.
Yeah.
So, I feel like we should get up there and knock off the Melbourne ones.
Yeah.
If anyone's
I'm totally down for that.
I guess the Ruffy doubles records would probably be the Marcus Davies perfect 18 round.
Yeah.
Who did you get that with? That was with Dave.
That was with Dave.
Dave was with Dave. Okay. Yeah. So yeah,
we'd have that easy.
I mean, we probably wouldn't, but we'd. We'd go up there on a Saturday, have a couple of goes at it. Why not?
Yeah,
it'd have to be a good Saturday though. No wind.
Oh,
no
100%. No, we're timing it. Yeah,
do it in summer.
Yeah, all right.
Let's do it.
If you've got any thoughts or feelings about that, or if you hold some PBs, or if you've literally gone to a course just to smash the PB and you've done it, I want to hear about it. Let me know. Let us know. It's. I think that's a bit of fun, to be honest.
I like that. Now, Paddy, just to polish off the episode, I think a few weeks ago you brought the Nuffy take of the week.
Oh, yes.
And I quite liked that. I think the last one was someone asking if Paul Ulibarri was drunk during the comms. Which is just...
it's absurd.
Just a bit rude.
No, I did. One popped up. I did have a good chuckle at this one. So this was posted on Disc Golf Reddit, and the title says, "Dry putters overrated."
Overrated.
All right. This is the post. I have a basket in my backyard. I keep 10 putters outside all year long. Just like today, I go and flip the disc to get the water off of them. Then I grab the stack and just start putting. I don't really notice a difference putting with wet putters over dry ones. In the past playing tournament rounds, I always try to keep my putters dry. If I had a wet putter during tournaments, it would get into my head. So yeah, essentially,
it's the dumbest thing I've ever heard, Paddy.
Trying to just putt with wet putters.
Oh, that's the dumbest thing I've ever heard. I mean, he's probably not wrong. Like, there's no change when you go from 0% to 0%. It's still 0%. But yeah, you want your putter to be dry, mate. Like fair dinkum, that's the dumbest thing I've ever heard.
Yeah, trash, absolute trash. Yeah, but I thought that was a good Nuffy take.
I think we might leave it at that, mate.
All right. Well, thank you for listening to episode 101 of the Tee Off. Please make sure you follow us on Facebook and Instagram. Send in any questions or topics you'd like us to discuss. Until next time, we hope you get out and play some disc golf with your mates.
So that's the end of the episode. Thanks for listening. I don't know why you're still here. We have to go see our families. Seriously, just go play disc golf.